What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode and mid-season finale of the Gotham After Show. I'm your host, Devon, and to my left, I have the oh-so-amazing, and I'm gonna do it again, David.
Hi, guys.
Good one.
He usually says David Fichtenmayer right after that. That's the only way I know his last
You
name.
left him hanging.
Over here, we have the lovely Vi.
Hi, everybody. Mid-season finale, yeah.
And unfortunately, not due to any accident or anything of the sort, he just couldn't be here. He had some other pressing matters to do. Shout out to Tommy Beasy. We have Becca back.
Hi, what's up, guys?
I kind of view Becca and Vi as like fraternal twins. They're pretty
Becca
much like
and
the
Vi
same.
Power Hour.
Give like a shot of both of them. Look at that.
Becca and Vi Power
See, it's
Hour.
like the
Look
same
at the
person, one
bangs.
short,
You can't
one long.
be on this couch
Like
unless you have these bangs. It goes all the way across.
Yep.
Bang,
Hey, guys.
bang,
Almost
bang.
one bang.
So, tell everybody you know to go ahead and join the conversation because it's about to get real. Okay, mid-season finale conversation about to come at you. And subscribe to theStreamtv on YouTube. So, people, let's just go ahead and get this out there now because we're probably thinking the same thing that you guys are thinking.
Right?
Alfred is the baddest man of all time. Am I the only one to think that? First of all, he's a wrestler. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a charmer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is a complete badass.
He's like a James Bond.
He is. He's like the
A
Bond.
Daniel
was
Craig
James
James
Bond.
Bond.
When
Yes,
he introduced
give me
Mooney,
some.
I
Daniel
felt
Craig.
things. I felt things.
It wasn't even like necessarily like seduction, but it was just like, it was just so profound and so intelligent and so like, oh, it's great.
He reminded me of like the UK version of the Equalizer with Denzel, because he would just walk in the room and be like, 13 seconds. Whoosh, whoosh, and start throwing people on the ground. Where's Master Bruce? Like he didn't have time for
Yeah.
nothing.
Wow, if you told that actor you were comparing him to Denzel, he would be
he'd
so
be
excited,
okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I
He
think
should
he'd
be.
Yeah.
He should.
happy.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
definitely.
dream.
The man is good.
Oh, he's great.
I'm just
and
saying-
he's Doctor Who's son. Have we ever talked about that? Oh, he's.
Oh, I didn't
Who,
know
what?
that.
Yeah,
The actor?
Yeah, Alfred is his father played one of the doctors. I can't remember which one though.
You talking about the actor who played Alfred or Alfred in?
No, the actor who's playing Alfred
Oh, okay.
in Gotham.
Okay.
His father was
yeah,
one
I
of the
was like,
doctors.
Alfred's not.
I was saying we had to go ahead
I
and
don't
get
know
that
that's in
thing
the same universe.
out there right now.
Yeah.
That's quite an honor.
So,
Yeah, right?
with that being said, I'm actually slightly disappointed that right now we're getting a lot of cat treatment for the bat, you know, a lot of his training, rather than Alfred just going out there and showing the boy, look, this is what you need to do. Keep your eyes open on what I'm doing. I'm whooping ass. He needs to be out there training him. We gotta separate the cat and the bat.
Yeah,
okay?
I feel like Alfred was a little slow, you know, starting off light on the combat training.
Mm-hmm.
He should have just like gone straight to knives and weaponry, you know, like you
Yeah.
know a lot. What are
Teaching
you
him
doing? You're
pieces.
skimping.
I see what you're saying, because like you got Catwoman, or we're gonna say Selina Kyle. Catwoman, I'm going too far in the future. Okay, we're gonna say goggles, Selina Kyle. Okay, she's showing them the whole thing like when they're walking on a little stairwell. Okay, talking about keep your core tight, pretty much. But like he had his socks on with that, so that was like a near-death experience right there. Have you ever been on hardwood
We're
with
all
socks?
like, you need traction.
Yeah, you could die possibly. I'm just saying, I doubt that that's gonna necessarily propel his training as deep as Batman gets, you know, later in life.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you guys think about her being his initial, you know, let's say substitute teacher for now? Like, how does that? Because it's poking at my soul a little bit. I don't know.
I
but
gotta admit, I kind of dug that like she took it to the streets a little bit. You know, he's been, you know, stuck in Wayne Manor doing his detective work, eating his fancy bread rolls and stuff like that. And so I was like,
or you mean throwing them at each other?
Yeah, throwing them.
Ain't
And I
eating them
go,
no
I
more.
started to do like my little like cat, like this is like my
Gotta
cat
love a
slash
food
proper
fight.
thing.
Any food
yeah.
fight
But
is
then also,
always a
you know,
good
you got to see little Batman in like his like angsty 12-year-old clothes. You know, like it's like he got a little emo outfit. So I don't know. I thought it was cool.
I mean, I think maybe the fact that she showed, I think maybe that was probably Bruce's first experience with the underworld in the streets of Gotham that he's going to grow up to protect eventually one day. Maybe that was like his first experience with it.
Oh yeah,
So
and
that's
I mean,
kinda
we
cool.
just want this kid to have a normal life, which obviously he's never gonna have. But seeing him interact with other people his own age, it's like finally, little Bruce, you're making friends.
And we got that little shout out to Miss Ivy,
Oh,
the little
yeah.
crazy little Right? She's I don't know.
I'm
right
excited. I'm excited to see a villain that's Bruce's age and not 20 years older than
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is cool.
It's really cool.
And I really like the specifics, like, of what they did with her. Like, she was really, like, disturbed and kind of funny. She kind of had, like, the weird blink, and
I
she was, like,
don't know.
repeating and stuff like that.
I feel like it's hard as a child actor to nail like a difficult performance, and they were like, "You're gonna be crazy in this
Yeah.
scene, but not too crazy, and then you're gonna have a weird tick," and it looked like a wink to me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you're a very cute kid, but oh."
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like, an Oscar caliber scene, but, like, I liked that they were trying to do something specific with it, that it wasn't kind of just like, this is just a general villain. It's like, and it's not, I was thinking, like, it's not necessarily like it's going to be hard for me to look at that Ivy and think that she's going to grow up and be a doctor. But I'm like, that's fine. Like, I like, what I get less excited about on the show is when they kind of are fence sitters. And so I like, when they just take, like, a strong perspective on something. You're just like, this is our Ivy.
Now, did we know beforehand in a different episode? Did we learn that her mom had slit her wrists?
I don't think we
Because
knew
I
that.
think
don't
this is
think we
when
knew
we
that.
learned that her mom slit her wrist. Oh, okay, so that's why she's a little
We
crazier.
knew the dad was killed.
Yeah,
We
we
didn't
knew
know
that.
anything about the
Yeah.
mom slitting the wrist, which could have added the tick and whatnot.
For
I mean,
sure.
to me, she just seems like a future, like, cat lady. Like, she had the estranged long hair, and then she had,
Well,
like, the
she is a
pale
future plant lady, which is
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
a little
which
bit
is its own
worse
thing.
than Cat.
Just making
I
sure
like
that's a
that,
botanist, right?
She
The
got
one that likes
she got
plants? Okay,
adopted,
cool.
and then she was like, "Oh, I had to run away. They wanted to cut my hair. Oh, my crazy
Yeah,
long
it's
hair."
like, well, that,
Good reason.
I commend Kat on that one. She was like, just step away from her, Bruce. Don't talk too long. She's crazy as hell. Let's just
Yeah.
go out of there
Yeah.
real quick. I respect her for that. And we got to see a little bit of that romance blossoming.
Yeah, you
too.
called that. You called that.
I
Devon
did.
called that.
I called her. I was like, this is where she goes for the kiss. Because
Yeah.
Bruce ain't going to go for it because, as he said, I don't see exactly what you see in me. I'm not of love material for you. And she was
I like
like,
how
oh.
he's just like, "Do you want to kiss me?" He goes,
He's
"No,
like,
thank you."
nah, I'm good. I don't love these hoes. I'm all right. Go back in the streets. Bruce over here rejecting them at a young age. You see that?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You gotta get it for later,
You got to save it. You got to let it simmer a little bit.
Do you
But
not remember that childhood thing of really wanting your first kiss, but being too scared to go for your first kiss? He was just too scared.
It could be.
I know he seemed too smart, realistically.
Yeah.
And they still haven't told us what's in the box.
Yeah,
What's
let's
in
Yes,
the box?
yes, that box.
Yeah.
The box.
Because you thought that you saw what on it?
I know. I thought I saw an owl on it. I don't know. Did anybody else see that? Because I
It was
thought
wings.
there was like an
Yeah.
owl in the box.
I saw wings,
Something
but I
with
would be
wings.
excited if it was owls, because we could do some coat of owls.
I don't know. I
Maybe.
mean, to me, it just looked like a little like a cigarette. Okay, in movies they got
it
little
feels like
things.
there was some significance to it, though, because
has to be. It has to
seemed
be
like
something.
like his eyes got wide when
Like
he
a
saw her or
cigarette
something.
Yeah,
case?
like
It looks like a cigarette
No, but
case.
he was like Bruce knew what it was. He was like, but then like
And then
it,
the
then they
kiss
and it was
happened.
so quick. It was like, oh, camera shot, cut, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, well, it looked like this, but I can't really tell.
So it looked like she
So
utilized
I'm gonna have
the
to
kiss
watch
as
it
a
again on
distraction.
Hulu Plus, and figure it
Yeah,
out.
somebody sent us some screenshots of that thing and tell us what you think.
Please do,
that
because I
is.
need to know what that is.
Detectives on
Yeah.
the case.
And now we started seeing again what we used to see all the time, but then, that Trouble in Paradise, we had the Jim and Bullock relationship. It got pretty good when Bullock came back with the whole, like, I support you with everything that you do. And then now it looks like they kind of button heads again. So he's like, look, I'm going to go do this. You can take, oh, my bad, I spit everywhere. And then he's like, you can take Alfred, who we didn't know was a living weapon over here.
Yeah.
And like, you can take the equalizer and go do your thing over there. I'm going to go this way. And they were out there actually getting some stuff done.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to see Alfred, the snake charmer, go in there and like, look here, Fish.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
going to make the cold and
so
tell
To
me.
be fair, like what was the joke that Harvey said that he was like, oh, you're a valet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm a butler. But the funny thing is, I feel like Harvey was Alfred's valet this entire episode.
Didn't you?
He drove Alfred around so Alfred could go do all the shit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Pretty much. See,
Alfred
what else
tore
did
up the episode.
Harvey do?
Oh, and that line at the end, that was the best line when he gets back together with little Bruce again, and he's like, I don't know what I would have done. Nobody hires butlers anymore. That was
Such a good
oh,
laugh
there's-
line.
That's so
But
good.
he could
That's so
definitely be an
touching.
assassin for hire if they're not hiring butlers.
right?
Yeah.
Like he needs to put that on his resume
Exactly.
No, I only want to be a butler.
Yeah, you can
maybe
take-
sometimes kill people.
too.
You
Sometimes.
can take Cinnamon's job. I'm
Oh,
pretty
God.
sure that Alfred could take Cinnamon's job.
We're gonna take it there. We're gonna take it there.
We're gonna take it there.
So what? Is her name Cinnamon? because I never got a full name
hear
in
the
there.
name
I didn't
once.
either. But you say Cinnamon.
I thought I saw on an article about tonight's episode that her name was Cinnamon, but and
Who knows where that guy got his
That's
name from?
really appropriate because she looked like a stripper.
She did. I said that's her stage name. But
It's leather. That's
usually,
like leather.
when we get names like that, I throw it to you, David. And you said Cinnamon. For you, what you know is from what?
Oh,
Jonah Hex.
yeah, it's Jonah Hex. It's just like it has no relation to Batman
yeah.
whatsoever. It's like we're talking about Old West there. That's not the same
And so
thing.
I did some digging on myself, and the only thing I could think of closest, I mean, guys, as usual, I love seeing your responses to this, is I was thinking like a makeshift Lady Shiva, like an assassin for hire type thing. I mean, maybe they just not quite putting it in there yet, but then again, how close and loosely are we to, the DC
Yeah.
universe? You just kind of got to see it for what it is. That's the only one I can come from me personally that it could maybe be.
Yeah.
Are
I
we
don't
gonna
know.
talk about the horrible, horrible fight scene?
Oh, that's why I said we're gonna take it there.
Yeah.
Because we need to talk about how
We should get-
Cinesticks or
we
whatever
should-
name
We
was.
should demonstrate that kick.
Yes, please, please, please
Wait,
show
you
him.
be Ben McKenzie.
Yeah, show him.
Push.
And then you're knocked out. Don't forget, we got to get that UFC
choke.
qualified choke
Yeah,
out.
wait,
that
let me
she
do
does
the.
on
I'll do
everybody.
the chokehold. Ready? Ready?
Choke.
His choke. He
You're
said,
out.
he
You're
said-
out. There's no blood flow to your head.
Yep.
And they're out. It's terrible. God, I'm just
What
saying.
was the other thing
I
where she
think
was
we
climbing
just
up the
did it
chains
better.
and she swung over? I don't think the actress was able to lift her leg any higher than this. She's kind
Maybe.
of like.
I mean, maybe her pants were really tight, but here's
Yeah. To me, she kind of fought like Steven Skull. She was all hands, but when she went for a kick, it was like,
No, and I don't want to just hate for no reason, but it was just really bad.
That's
And-
on the stunt coordinator. That's not on the actress.
But also this is leading into I don't want to always turn every time Vi talks into
Let's go there.
gender politics hour in Gotham with Vi, but the hypersexualization of all the female characters in this
Yes.
show is driving me nuts. I mean, it's the way that number one, the way that she had to do the fighting was they were very intimate, ways to they were damn sexy ways to kill people. She's holding them, she's straddling them, she's wrapping her legs around them, she's jumping on them, and just even the way that she's looking at them
And the cinematography right after the headlock, after she came up and whispered, "Oh, we'll see you soon." Then it was a long shot that held on her getting up and just butt.
Yeah,
Just
and
butt.
even just I don't
well, it was a nice.
It's a nice
Yeah,
butt.
I mean,
This
I don't know. I like a
is
little
true, but
thickness. I
then
don't know about all
then give
that.
us some male booties. Men are
Come on,
sexual
yes.
creatures, are just as much as women are, and I just feel like we're just constantly.
I don't think we're gonna see Jim Gordon in skinny jeans anytime.
I don't.
Please,
I don't
that's
at all.
all I
don't. And I don't
Well,
really want
I mean,
to.
now that he's at Arkham, we might see him in some really tight whites.
Yes, the man is at Arkham.
It's not that I'm just against sex on shows. I agree. We need the sexualization of men to be equal to that against women.
Yeah, and
or on women.
it just seems like if you're a woman, you're hypersexualized on this show, and I mean. Selina Kyle's always like, "Do you want to kiss me? Do you want to kiss me?" Barbara's cheating. Montoya and her are having this affair. This female assassin has to kill people in very sexual, intimate ways.
And terribly stunt.
And
coordinated
terribly
ways,
choreographed ways.
But no, I feel you. I see where you coming from. I mean, I can see it. I don't feel it, but I see it. Okay.
You were raised by
But-
women. So
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I see
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You guys
but
don't want to. I don't want to tell you too much, but we were having some very intimate conversations
We were.
about lady parts earlier, and Devon knew more things about some ladiness than I knew.
Let's just say I got a little practice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we can't
Okay.
skim over the fact that you were talking about Jim and them Arkham pants. Because this Arkham thing, him working
Yeah.
there, I don't know if Jim Gordon in the comics, of course, ever worked there, but this is going to open up the doorway for a lot going on in the show as far as
But there is a lot of problems with that. First of all, I don't believe Jim's ever worked at Arkham as a security guard
Yeah.
in the comics.
not, though?
I mean, it's
yeah.
cool. I like it. I like the idea. It's a great way to take the show in a new direction,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets Jim away from, But here's the thing: this is going to be cool because we're going to meet a lot of new villains straight off the bat. So that's great because we get to meet all these new villains. But at the same time, we're going to meet new villains and we got enough to deal with as it is already, and I can't wait to see how they're going to ruin so many more.
That's a good point. It could just be a laundry list of this person in
Of
this
who's
room
who
and this
of
person
Batman's
in this room.
villains, just
Yeah,
all in
completely
Arkham.
won't.
And it's interesting because I was reading something, again, I don't know if it was Bruno Heller or if it was someone else involved in the show, but they said that, like, you know, this is something that we had to do. We had to introduce all these villains. And I'm just curious about why. Like, why is that, was, you know, explicitly said? Like, it was just something that we had to do, is introduce all of these villains. And my question is, why?
like,
what was the benefit to that?
I don't know.
Like, is it
'cause
just spreading a large net that you're trying to, like, bring in as many fans as you can?
Yeah, I think it's the fan thing.
I
don't
feel
think
like
it's
the one villain
necessarily-
we should be focusing on right now is Penguin.
Yeah.
We've put so much story and character development into Penguin. I think he's the one that we should be working on. Let's look at like season 2 of Arrow. Like Deathstroke was the villain for the season, and yeah, he had his little guys along the way, but they were really everything was really about Deathstroke. And so I feel like every episode of Gotham so far, it's like, let's just introduce a new villain and not really focus on the Penguin so much. We only show him 5 minutes, like 10 minutes an episode. Penguin's biggest episode was Penguin's Umbrella. And other
And we
than that-
loved that episode.
and we haven't seen any of him since. I mean, we have, but it's like, the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he was gonna have a little more monumental, you know, I don't know the word I'm looking for. He's effect on this episode right here, because they came in strong with him too. Like had him in there, and he was all shooken up, and it was like, "There's somebody in here messing with my stuff. Who knew my money and all this kind of stuff? And you were the only one." I thought it was about to get real from there on.
Yeah.
Like he was gonna throw out the Liza thing, who popped in and popped out for like a split second, I guess, to be like, "Oh, shit, wrong room." She was like, "I didn't mean to come in here." So, you know.
Yeah, they didn't introduce any new information about Penguin this episode, which is
Yeah.
fine. They focus on other things, but that's who we like. That's who we
Yeah,
like.
that's
and
what we
I feel it's
love.
really weird, essentially, since they announced that all of season 1 is about Penguin's rise
Yeah.
to becoming the crime kingpin of Gotham. And so it's like,
Well, from the preview we saw for the next episode, looks like that's when he becomes the Penguin. Like right
Yeah,
now,
'cause
it's
he
just
says it.
setting that up. Yeah, I mean, you put the capital
Penguin.
T on there, you know,
Yeah.
the Penguin. So he's accepted and adopted the name at this
Yeah.
point, and we can, you know, it is what it is. We all know he's the Penguin. He got the walk, which he's like really exaggerating on now. Now he's got the whole turned out feet and everything.
Seriously,
So-
I wonder like how Robin Lord Taylor like walks like normal now, because his turnout
So
is really
trained.
something impressive.
Yeah.
probably
And-
just did some Charlie Chaplin studies.
Yeah, that's kind
Maybe.
of Charlie
Of the
Chaplin.
kid.
Yeah. Or else like
Maybe.
he's just going to ballet a few times a week, doing some pliés.
And the way it's going right now, do you think that the plan that Penguin originally had before he got in the current situation that he's in, do you think it's still going accordingly, or has he had to like improvise on certain points? Because right now, I mean, I doubt, like he said, he has to have timing for Liza. Okay, we all expected him to just go ahead and throw her out on the table right then and there, bring Fish down, because Fish, like you said, that's a ticking time bomb
Because
for her.
fish eat.
Because
penguins
penguins
eat
eat
fish.
fish.
I feel like he doesn't know. He's like, I'm gonna hold my cards till I know the right order to play them
Yeah.
in. And he's just like, oh, I don't wanna, what do I do in this situation? Don't wanna screw it up. That's what I thought in that scene. I was like, why isn't he doing it?
Yeah.
He just doesn't know what to do yet.
I think that's what it
I'm glad
is.
he explained it to Butch afterward, because like that was exactly the question that I was wondering. It's like, why didn't you rat Liza out?
Yeah. And it's weird that he's talking to Butch about that.
It's not Butch. It's,
That
mean,
wasn't
not-
Butch. That was someone else.
yeah, Butch is Fish's guy.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
I
then
honestly
maybe it
don't know the
wasn't.
name of his guy. I don't think they've ever mentioned it. It's just Penguin's guy.
Okay.
Penguin's guy.
He's he a
Confusing me
minnow?
there. I thought that was
What
Butch.
did fish eat? Or penguins eat?
You ever notice like the guys that they always have are like big, heavy-set men too?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, they think
But they're
that's
not
what
like-
Italians look like.
But they're not like in shape. But they're like, I'm the bodyguard, but I eat a lot of pasta.
Well, I
I
mean,
will
have you
sit
been
on
to
you.
a club in LA? Like all the bouncers are like 10 times
Yeah, I
your
was gonna say,
size,
they're
but,
not all built like
it looks like
Arnold.
they're carrying 9 babies in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they got some size on them.
They got
And it doesn't
octuplets
make up for
coming.
speed, but it makes up for immobility. Is that a word? Immobility?
Yeah, they're all doing
Immobileness?
like
Yeah.
Iron Monkey style. They're
Not
just
even that. It's
so
just like
big.
the sit and grow style. Which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
the
What are
word.
this is a big old
Sumo
tangent.
style.
What are we talking about now?
Well, I actually was going to say Harvey Dent.
Yes.
We got to see a little bit more of him in this episode as well. And this time, a fully
Nicholas.
lit face. We didn't always see like the
Yes,
half
this
black
is
face and half, you know, what's his name?
He's well lit.
Nicholas de Agosto.
Nicholas de Agosto. Yes. Which, I mean, good job to him, by the way. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's doing
He's
very
mine.
well. He's excuse me, I don't want to
So
take him away from him.
the Gotham crushes have been claimed here. We have
So we got Penguin here, and we got Nick Totopoulos.
Oh, Two-Face.
What's his name?
Nick
DM Totopoulos.
Nicholas de
Two-Face.
Agosto.
Nicholas him.
De
She
La
got him,
Guardia.
and she got Penguin. Cool, we put that out there now. So, I mean, I don't really know the depth of his effect on this episode right here. I mean, we see that they thought the whole LoveCraft thing, but obviously that went straight down the toilet. I mean,
I think it's really
Here's the
cool
thing, though.
to see.
Did Jim even check for that briefcase after he left?
Yeah.
He should
I
have.
think he
I know,
did.
right?
He's
There's
like,
even-
here's a briefcase with all the evidence. Fight starts. Let me go kill myself in the bathroom.
to be fair,
Maybe
he
they
did
took
just realize that he got framed for murder at that moment. So maybe that was.
I'd focus on that too.
yeah, but I mean, if you have that kind of evidence going on, it's
Maybe he
like
gets
maybe
back.
that'll get me out of this rut.
They
You
should
know
have
what I'm saying?
shown that the assassins took the briefcase, and then we wouldn't have this loose end that we're worrying about.
This is true.
And random thought, but do you think that little close call that Bruce had with Zoe Saldana lookalike,
Cinnamon?
what's her name?
Cinnabon?
Yeah.
Cinnabon?
With
Cinnabuns?
with the gun straight on her. Do you think that's affected him now? Like, do you think maybe he's been that close to death that he's gonna be like, you know what?
Twice.
That was the
Yes,
second time.
twice.
Yeah, he was already at gunpoint.
Oh, we can't forget about the
Yeah.
Matrix jumps between buildings.
Oh.
That
Oh,
somehow
yeah.
the cat can do because, you know, obviously she's...
That scene
That
just
was
reminded me of the
crazy.
first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, where he's
Yeah.
like across those buildings.
That was his no fear training from the first couple episodes with the candle and the fire. That was just his no fear, and he did it. He nailed
It's getting
it.
there. I mean, they're definitely trying to make some moves.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let us hear your thoughts as usual. We're going to discuss amongst ourselves what else we can enlighten you with or that you can enlighten us right after this. So stay tuned and get more people to come on.
Do it.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live. In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So
this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them. Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
Ben, the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
We got our people on YouTube chilling with us right now. We're gonna shout you guys out. We got music for the radio again. What's up, Blue Etrigon? How you doing?
Yo,
the
Blue.
Reviewian, and I'm curious to know what that is. The Reviewian, but yeah, please let me know. The Buck Pawns, remember that? Buck Pawns,
Yeah,
not no
Buck,
T's.
not Butt.
Buck.
Buck.
Nicholas Conda, Jordan Solis, and TPR 38655.
Yeah.
38655. I'll say that. It sounds more intelligent for me. There we go. So yes, of course, get your friends and everybody. If you want to participate, send us some questions because we're going to do our best to answer them as good as we can. From there, we're going to move on to fan question number 1, coming from at Beguile Me. Okay. Do you think we'll ever see Mayor Copperpot? Ooh. I mean,
That'd be
I feel
fun.
like we would all like to see that eventually. But David, being the Bat himself, what do you think?
I mean, in like season 15, maybe.
I think that would-
I hope that we never see a Mayor Cobblepot as long as Bruce is still a kid, because then I would really freak out. Because like he's got to become Penguin for quite some time before he becomes like the mayor.
Yeah, he just got the on his name, so
Yeah.
it's about to get real for a minute. I mean, I don't know if that means it's gonna shrink and get a little portly. You know, maybe open up a little
I
restaurant.
don't know.
or
I
something.
mean,
Turn into Danny
if we're gonna
DeVito?
see a Mayor Cobblepot, then I better see a President Lex Luthor. You know, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, you never know. I mean, we're doing crossover episodes now and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
What,
stuff
are they gonna
might
bring
get
back
real.
Smallville?
You never know.
Oh, we're gonna see Clark.
We might see him fly back because we never
See
really know.
the red blue blur.
Mayor Cobblepot would be amazing because then it would be in a prime position to move all these chess pieces of criminals around the city, and he'd be in the perfect location for that.
Maybe he could just have an unsuccessful run before then.
And then try again later.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually think it'd be kind of interesting. Granted, I don't think he has the power where he needs right now, but I do think that it's not a bad idea.
Well, there you go. Beguile me. We're trying our best.
I think he's got to get his iceberg lounge first, because
I know we all want that.
A lot of
iceberg
those
lounge.
high-class people who support his campaign come out of the iceberg lounge. And like right now, who does he know other than Falcone?
Yeah.
Well, looks like you've beguiled us.
Fan question number 2 comes from @Numobi. Do you think Mooney had Butch kill the Waynes to take down or hurt Falcone? That's a good one because, as we all know, was it Tommy that always?
Yeah, Tommy thinks that Butch did it.
The man that takes up that side of the couch right there, Becca?
Oh, I know Tommy.
He really thinks that Butch is the one that killed him.
Oh, he has the same body type.
Oh,
And the shiny shoes.
And the shiny shoes. Oh my God.
We can't forget
And as of right now, that's all we've known since the first episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
the writers are going to watch this, and that was their plan, but they're going to be like, oh no, Tommy got it right. We got to change the scripts.
I hope so, because I mean, if you think about it, as much as we've been dealing with Selina Kyle right now, she's still not telling us who the hell shot the Waynes. She was sitting right there. We got to stop toying around with this.
Yeah.
They
I
need
don't
to
think
strap
she
her
knows.
up. For, you know what?
I don't
really
either because you know what she says in the
the
episode
guy had a
tonight.
mask
She's like, you really thought that was going to happen? And so I was kind of like, ooh, is she going to admit that she
Yeah.
didn't see anything?
Is she still playing with him?
She knows the face. She doesn't know a name, but she lives on the street. She's not about to risk everything and have people coming after her just because she testified for somebody.
I think she's playing cat and mouse.
Look at you. On that note, we go on to the next fan question from @dark_night1028. Do you think that Harvey Dent will become Two-Face in season 2 and be more of a villain for Gordon, similar to in The Dark Knight?
Too soon.
Realistically, probably not. I still think it's very early to like have his actual, his actual appearance of the Two-Face, come out. He's still going to be that lawyer going through the White Knight, doing his little thing for a while.
However, they've already introduced that the two-facedness, is kind of almost like a split personality disorder. So
yeah, I mean.
And also, I wanted to say that he was being kind of two-faced when the mayor was like, can I, are you going to shut up and lie for me, Harvey Dent? And he was like, yes, I will. And I was like, oh, tail between your legs, Harvey, come on.
Speaking of that, we got to give a shout out to Nigma because he had some love for Gordon. He was like,
so
oh, I heard you. I'll write a letter. Don't worry. Bless his little heart.
Charming.
It was so charming.
Give him a hug.
Next up is the live fan question from, yet again, Blue Etragon. Nothing but love for you, man.
Blue.
It says, I'm the butler. Where's the T-shirt? Not sure. Honestly, I don't really know.
Blue, I don't get it.
Oh, I know where the
that-
T-shirt is.
Where?
It's in the little wing case. That's where it is.
Sure.
Problem solved.
Becca, everybody.
There you
There's
go.
Becca, everybody.
I don't know what the
just
hell you're
putting
talking
the
about.
mystery
What
The
T-shirt?
thing is,
together.
honestly,
That's a
I don't know.
very
Blue
tiny
Etragon, if you could easily
Blue, what are you
elaborate on
talking
this for us a little bit, because I'm not
Please.
sure what you mean by what. Maybe you mean like the butler uniform T-shirt?
Are you really a butler, Blue? Is that what it is?
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
They
but
don't like hire butlers.
great question because you stumped us all, evidently. I mean, David, is there any kind of like innuendo with
I'm
the
trying
shirt?
to figure out, like, is there a riddle to this or something? I have no. What T-shirt?
He just wants to laugh at us. He just wants to ask us the question and see us try to figure it out.
Got a couple of shout outs. One coming from @Frank3443 or 34443. Okay,
Lots
and
of
he's the
questions.
one that actually came up with an amazing drinking game for the
Oh,
Gotham
yeah.
AS.
Oh,
we cannot forget this man
What's
here.
Frank's drinking game?
He came up with an awesome Gotham
I
After
will
Show
show you
drinking
that
game.
later, but we're going to do
Yeah.
that for whenever we come back after this mid-season finale. The next episode, I think we're going to do the drinking game from the beginning of it and see how turned up we can get
See,
by the end.
That's
right
not that's we have insider knowledge because then you could just speak like Morgan Freeman for like the entire episode.
But see,
and we're just
you never know. Maybe I want to get everybody at home to realize that turn up is not just a vegetable, okay? So, shout out to @JadaPrince247, @Eternal Reviews, @Paulina's Sedeka, and then from YouTube, Eric Robinson, what up? Baron of Hell, who requests that you stop hitting Tommy. Because he really,
Well,
or she
Tommy
really likes
needs to
Tommy.
stop being so
Baron, it's a boy.
charming because
You know,
I
because
can't
she
help
got
it.
that whole like, what was it, Helga Pataki? She
Yeah,
got that
I got
whole
the Helga
style of
Pataki
flirting,
time.
you know?
Pataki syndrome.
Got to
Yes,
smack
it's
Tommy.
in the medical
Such a
dictionary.
lovable character. So
Yes.
there you go. And Jay Brown, what it do? Shout out to you too. So yes, I mean, overall, I thought it was a great episode. Alfred really carried it that time. Like I said, I was watching Equalizer 2 today because I saw the first
I have to say, it was better than the last 2 episodes. But I still feel like Penguin's Umbrella was the best episode we have.
I think so too.
That probably should have been the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Because then you would have been
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, but I gotta say, I'm really excited about Arkham.
I am
Hope we
too.
see some Hugo Strange. I know that we're gonna see some Jonathan Crane Sr. or Jonathan Crane's dad, whatever. That's confirmed. So.
And what's her name? Dr.
Yeah. Oh, and Leslie Tompkins. We saw Leslie Tompkins.
There you go. So guys, we had a great time. I hope you did as well at home. Go ahead and subscribe to theStream.tv on YouTube. And if you have any questions or statements, just hashtag GothamAS right after it. We're going to get to you as soon as we can if we ever see it. You never know. But yes, hit us up, comment on YouTube, and let us know what you think. For next time, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. It's a mid-season finale.
See you in January.
Oh, God, January, that's a long time.
I know, right? But, I mean...
Well, guys...
You can watch the after show in repeats after all the repeats come on television.
There you go. Yeah. So, see you guys in January. Deuces. Drinking game next time, so bring your drinking caps. Unless you're under 21. Don't drink that.
Then you
I
can
only
have
promote
cider.
underage drinking. So, deuces.
Deuces.